All right, all right. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. I'm gonna real quick bring in Mrs. Boston. How you doing, Mrs. Boston? Good,
Fantastic. How you doing, handsome?
good. All right, so I can hear you. You can hear me.
Yep, we're good.
All right. Well, welcome back to episode 7. This is number 7.
That's right.
Yeah. It's been a minute, but I think we've had some good stuff happening in our life over the last couple of months.
We
And we just wanted to get back on before these holidays really get jumped off. Hey, Linda, how are you? Hey, how are you? Listen, we love you so much, Linda. Look, Miss Linda, every Sunday that we get to see her is such a blessing. You
yes,
always show so much love and intentionality. We appreciate your heart, Miss Linda. And I thank God that He's blessing your life. And
yes,
we just pray that He continues to bless your life. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for
yeah.
joining us. All right, Miss Boston, how has your day been? I know we've been rocking together a little bit today, uh, but we were kind of in separate spaces doing a little work. How was your day today?
My day was awesome. I'm super excited. I know you are too, and a lot of people. If you're joining us for the first time, you don't know we are children's ministry leaders, and we've been building and remodeling, redecorating our children's ministry space. And so I was very hopeful today watching things come together and seeing you actually, which I didn't take as many pictures, catching you putting stuff together today as I normally do, but I was counting all of the different pieces of furniture that you've put together. And you're easily up in the 20s when it comes to everything that you've put together. So shout out to you.
I
Um,
appreciate
I,
you.
I was getting my little elbow grease workout on, but shout out to you for all that.
No, I
Yeah.
appreciate you, and you've done a
Mhm.
great job of really picking quality um, um, things. From the baby cribs to shelving, everything we need for children's ministry. So, parents, if you're watching this and you are a parent of a Northside kid, or you are a
Yes.
member of the Potter's House North Dallas, we thank
Yeah.
God for you, and we are really building back better. So, give a shout out to our pastor Cheryl Brady and Bishop Joby Brady. We love them so
Yes.
much. All of our pastors, just our church family. We're talking about
Yeah.
family, right? So church family
Right.
is a part of that. You know,
Yes.
so
And ours
definitely
is dope. It just happens to be a really dope church. But if you're watching and your church is dope, like let us know in the comments. First of all,
right. Give a shout out.
like shout out your church,
Yeah,
shout
shout
out
out to
your
your church
people.
family. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So heck yeah. So let me see. Hold on one second. Um, listen, hey man, you too, Miss Linda. Seriously,
Yes,
I tell you that we couldn't do it without you. We do all of this good stuff together. Together.
that's
All
right.
right. I had a question real quick. I wanted to ask. Um, as people are still getting on,
Yep.
I want to ask this question. I don't want to get too deep yet. You know what I'm saying? All right. Um, uh, but I wanna ask this question. Mm. Is there a difference between dressing and stuff? Like, what is the difference between dressing and stuffing? So we got a
Man.
few people on here. Welcome. If you're tuning in from
Mm,
YouTube, thank you so much. We appreciate that. If you tuning in from Twitter, first time doing that, thank you, and definitely our Facebook family. Thank y'all so much. Let's
yeah,
let, let's hear that. Like, is there a difference between dressing and stuffing? Or what is the difference? Katora, you want to? I mean, is there a
there
difference?
is. Okay, now y'all. Okay, I need y'all to comment faster if you want us to read off what you have because I'm
Yeah.
ready to jump in. Like I want to hear what y'all think too,
Yeah,
but at the same time, like we need to get into it.
I need
And
to know.
I'm choosing violence. So
Listen.
number number one, there is a difference between dressing and stuffing.
Okay.
So stuffing, think of it as the stuff that people use to stuff the bird. You cook the stuffing inside the turkey
Inside.
as it's in the oven. So that's what I've always thought of as stuffing.
Okay. Okay.
I don't mind it. I've had some good stuffings. The idea of it kind of messes with me a little bit because you're putting it in, kind of raw and all that stuff. But everything does cook and it gets all the juices. So there's some benefits to cooking your stuffing that way if that's what you like. Okay, no
Okay.
shade. I'm gonna still eat it. If you fix me a plate at the house, I'm probably gonna still eat it because I like to eat.
Right.
But dressing is different because you cook that separately. And so there's all kinds of combinations of making a dressing in a pan. You still can really make it your own, add your own herbs and spices, but I consider a dressing like a side dish that you create in its own pan and you serve it separately. And then you can put whatever fixings you want around it, whether it's your cranberry sauce, your gravy, your turkey, and stuff with it. So I like the idea of dressing better than the idea of stuffing.
Stuffing.
But we didn't already establish I'll eat them both.
Eat them both. Yeah, same. So
So that's my thing.
I feel you. I think that was great. Miss Linda says she don't know the difference, so you went ahead and explained that good. I think that was real good.
Okay. But
So
y'all let us know in the comments.
I like them. I like them both too. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, now I was gonna say y'all let us know in the comments what y'all are thinking. Listen, don't come for me. I said I will eat y'all's. But I
Yeah.
have never ever really done this stuffing because stuffing, putting that inside the turkey is
Yeah.
just different. So,
Yeah.
okay, and
I
so
hear
Mama
you.
said
Shout
her
out to my
dressing's in
mama.
a skillet. I've never had it, I don't think, from a skillet either. So that's
Listen,
another version. But we know that a dressing is not what you stuff in the bird. The stuffing, you stuff that in the bird.
stuffing that in a bird. All right, now that's good stuff. All right, all right. Just a couple of questions. I want to also let me pause. Let me pause right now. To to let you kind of speak on something. If you wanted to just kind of share something real quick before I move forward, is there anything that you wanted to kind of hit on? Because I know there's a few things I don't want to get too. Uh, I don't want to get too. I don't want to hit this next level just yet. All right.
Okay. Okay.
But just thinking about the season we're in, the time we're in. I
Yeah.
mean, Thanksgiving, right? Harvest time, whatever you want to call it. That's
Mhm.
a week from today. I mean, next Thursday, next week, the kids are out of school.
Yeah.
Um, it's vacation time. Tomorrow's Friday. What is something y'all are looking forward to? What is something you're looking forward to, Couture? So in the comments, y'all leave your comments.
Yeah,
Let's
this is good.
what's something y'all are looking forward to um this coming week. But go ahead, Couture. What are you thinking?
Oh, I like this. I hope y'all get a chance to answer. You think about something that you want to share with us in the comments. But, when we come into this season period, I think really fall is usually a time where I know as a family, you've always led us into a season of reflection. Usually God is giving you a word for our family. It doesn't happen like New Year's Eve. He kind of usually warms us up with you during the fall season and you kind of give vision to our family. And it always begins and ends, I think, with gratitude, trusting God,
Yeah.
and being thankful and grateful for what he's done over the year before the year even comes to an end. So I always appreciate that. And so when I think about going into next week with everything that's gone on, and this is always true, but I think more so in this season, maybe you're like me and you're just more reflective of it, those of you who are listening. But so many things have changed without our consent. Things have been different
That's
without our
good.
consent. And I think what I want to see coming into this season is us by choice doing things different, things that bring us joy, spending time in a way we haven't, eating in a way that we haven't, asking questions and engaging our families in a way that we haven't, thinking about things that we're grateful for that maybe we once took for granted. This year is very different for many people. For some people, this season is not, a great time of the year because they're feeling maybe lost. Maybe they've lost relatives, or there's a relative who won't be joining the family or won't be a part of the table and the gathering this season, even as we go into, Christmas. And so I just think that in that same vein, I want to stay in a place of gratitude, of compassion, empathy. I want to be aware of what's going on. I don't just want this to be a holiday where things just happen so fast and we kind of miss those moments. I don't want to miss any of these moments. Shout out to Pastor Brady on that. I don't want to miss any of these moments. but I'm looking forward to choosing different, choosing gratitude, choosing family, and yeah, just choice, and just not letting this season just happen to us. I
Yeah,
guess. Does that make sense to you?
it does. It does. I like how you said that, not just letting this season happen to us.
Hmm.
I think we have a choice in that,
We
right?
do.
You know, we do have a say
Yeah.
in what we allow to happen to us in this season.
Right.
Um, at least how we respond to it, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Um,
That's fair. What are you looking forward to?
I'm really. I mean, I feel you on everything you said. Um, I'm really looking forward to just some rest.
Come on,
You know what I mean?
pause right there. We
Just
can
some
raise the
rest.
offer right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. No, that's really it. But uh rest for me is more than just getting sleep. Rest for me is um of course just being able to um soak in moments,
Yeah,
to be able to unplug, mentally, because we work so hard. Like, I'm not even gonna front. Like, we give our all.
we do.
Not even gonna
We
front,
do.
and wouldn't take it back. Wouldn't slow down. Wouldn't be a cheapskate with how, you know, um, we choose to serve and do things.
That's right.
Um, and
I
so,
like that. Yeah.
yeah, and so I think taking the time to really say, you know what, no, I'm gonna unplug. And that's why I'm glad that we've really tapped into the Sabbath, right? And
Why don't you tell the people about that, for our family, just the vision that God gave you for that? Because I think that's really relevant for the season. We're talking about family anyway. So why don't you
yeah,
talk to them about that?
yeah, for sure. Well, as a staff, we've been reading um, this book. Tell me again.
Emotionally healthy
Emotionally healthy
spirituality.
spirituality. Yeah, 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 yeah. Great, great book. Just challenging. But
Hmm.
once we got to the chapter about um, Sabbath and the office, and just really taking time to rest, and soak in. Um, I, Sabbath just kind of took on a new meaning for me,
Yeah.
and I really wanted to uh, tap into that because I know. I mean, it's a commandment, and just how I try, I'm like, thou shalt not steal, and I know that was something that God commanded, and I was like,
Yeah.
man, God, Lord, forgive me, because you meant good for us when
That's
it comes to
right.
that. You know what I mean? When you think of the children of Israel who were slaves for all that time, and they didn't know what rest was. I mean, 7 days a week, 25/8. That how they said. They didn't know anything about that.
Right.
And so we can get into that mentality where we're so used to working that even the ordained, the commanded rest, we don't get it, we don't tap into it, we don't obey it, we don't
Right.
whatever the case might be. And so I just decided, you know what, God, like, I'm gonna take you up on this. And if I can, if I'm trying to really uh, honor you,
Right.
let me honor the Sabbath, you know what I'm saying, and
Right.
keep it holy, So anyway, these last couple of weeks, we really tapped into it as a family, and
Mhm.
that has blessed our lives tremendously. To
Absolutely.
really tap out and tap into rest, in a legit way. And so yeah, so we're still new to it, still learning, and not trying to, you know, cause it to be some kind of lose its value because we're trying to tie all these things to it. But just
Right. And
really,
we don't.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Like, it's not a fast, even explaining it to the kids. Like, when
Yeah.
I first told them, especially Zion, Zion, we're gonna take a rest. We're gonna have Sabbath rest. This is our time. And I could see it on his face. He was like, "What am I not gonna be able to do now?"
That was exactly right. It was
You
like,
know,
okay,
and
deprivation coming.
right, right. And
It's
so
not what you lose when you rest, though. It's
that's
it's
so
really more
true.
about what you gain.
Yeah.
from that rest. And we didn't mean sleeping all day. And it wasn't like you said, it wasn't like a whole fasting, which you can incorporate that if you want to. It can be whatever you decide it should be as a part of that rest.
Yeah.
But I know it blessed me almost instantly the first day that we implemented it. Pardon me, just unplugging from social media
Yeah.
and games and stuff. It didn't mean we couldn't watch TV. Maybe we watched a movie together as a family, but there
Hmm.
were just no phones. You know,
Right. Yeah.
I think that first day we got up a little bit extra early because we had friends in town. We were taken to the airport,
Hmm.
and on the way there, now it's early, guys, and I can qualify this by saying I'm not like naturally a very social person and before 9 a.m. Typically, I'm not like I'm functional, but not very social. Keegan is social, so he doesn't mind doing the talking and I do the listening or the grunting while I'm getting myself together if I'm even up moving around, before then. And so we had all these ideas flowing, and God was giving us strategy and creativity. And I mean, they were coming so fast that we had to take voice memos and write notes in our phones just to keep up with everything that God was downloading because we weren't distracted
Yeah.
by anything else. And I think that was your point you were getting to. The level of our productivity in the times that we're not resting are more greatly enhanced by
For
the time
sure.
that we spend resting in the Lord, not just sleeping, but resting in Him and
Yeah.
asking God to speak to us and us speaking to Him. He gave us more insight and strategy and energy, I would say, than we would have had just treating every day like a normal day. And like, I got my calendar, got my schedule. I'm gonna just keep moving like a robot, getting stuff done, and
Mm.
not for bad intentions,
Right.
because wanting to work is not bad. But when you think about your level of productivity, when you are exhausted, you is it really at the level of excellence that God has called you to?
That
I
is
mean, if
the
it is for
question.
you, then you're amazing. You
Yeah.
probably are.
But it could
But
be better. It could always
right, it can be
be
better
be better. Our bodies are built,
for
um,
rest.
you know, to need rest, right?
Yes,
To
every
benefit from it.
mhm.
If I'll put it like that. But no, that's so good. So for any of you watching this, if you honor the Sabbath and you have that, let's talk more about that. Like let's conversate, and
Yeah.
we want to know how you tap in or even tap out when it comes to getting rest and honoring the Sabbath and taking that time to rest. If God did it after everything that He created, you know, what makes us think that we don't need to rest in that?
Right.
I want to bring this comment back up again because my brother um, Patrick Stewart, I love this guy, man. He blesses my life
Hey,
so much.
Patrick.
Yeah, but he said, I'm looking forward to being with family, feeling that energy and love, and yes, rest. Yes, sir. Yeah, man, we're with you on that. And I know you
100%.
love your family and your friends, man. You're an honorable man. I thank God for your life and just your example. Um, and so grateful for you, man. We got to chop it up again soon. Um,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am. Jesus, yeah. Come on now.
Come on, Miss
Hey,
Linda. You
Jesus,
got it.
what would he do? He would steal away.
That's what the Bible says. He was still away. Go back
He
around the
would,
mountainsides and get him some space, some rest.
right. Yeah. So Mama said, God ordained the Sabbath. That is why we get paid vacations on our job to rest from all our labor and rest because there is a time and it's come on now.
That's
Yes.
right there.
Yes. Pastor Mackey, yes, ma'am. Love you so much, Mama.
Yes.
That's good. And so what I want to do, I want to keep this thing going. No matter where you tuned in from, leave your comments. We want to know. We're gonna come back and we want to we'll respond. We want to hear from you all. I want to ask this question right now because I was thinking about this. We were thinking about this, over the last few days, and just wanted to kind of just kind of touch on some things, because I know last year, around this time was different. It was
Yeah.
a little bit scary. We were separated, right? We were split in so many different ways. So many people weren't with family last year,
Yeah.
um, and so the focus was different last year. And so what we want to ask y'all is, what are you focusing on this year? For the holidays during this time. Um, And so I want to know that. And I'll start. Um, like I said before, definitely I'm focusing on getting some rest, but but also truly um, just being in the moment, just being in
Mm,
the moment.
that's good.
Today is the only day we have, like right now. You know what I mean? And so,
Yeah.
as long as I live,
Mhm.
as Pastor Cheryl, so eloquently says and wrote in her book, don't miss the moment. And I think there are so many moments that we miss because we're looking for the next thing, or we're worried about the next thing. Because sometimes we're not always looking for the thing; we're worried about what's going to happen next.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
so I'm just focusing on the moments, that we have with each other, with our friends, with our family, right? Um, no matter what um, I'm doing, I want to make sure that I'm in that moment and soaking that up. So that's where I'm at with that. But what is something you're focusing on this year, for the holidays? And then y'all in the comments, we watching. We want y'all to put something in there,
Yeah.
and we want to share that too. So y'all tap in with us. But yes, go ahead, Katrina.
Um, I don't think I've thought a whole lot about what my focus is. I think what my focus has been,
Mm,
and you can attest to this because not everybody probably knows this about me, but I've been very much so just focused on our family
mhm,
and the work of the ministry
mhm.
and the Lord of the work.
Yeah,
Like
girl. All right.
that has pretty much been it. Like, despite everything that's going on, I'm aware, I hear, I read, I listen,
Yeah,
I empathize, I check on people, I pray for people, I'm in touch with all of those things.
yeah.
But my biggest focus has been those three things,
It's good.
making sure that I am who I want to be in this season as a wife, as a mom, as a daughter, as a sister, as a friend. My work in ministry, very much, still very much so passionate about that,
Yeah,
supporting others in ministry and serving God and hearing from Him and learning about Him and drawing closer to Him than I ever have before. And I think that not just this season, but last season, 2020 kind of jumped that off for me on another level. And
mhm,
2021 did that. And my expectation is not minimized for 2022. So, and this season, that's kind of my focus. I definitely wanted. So, okay, so if I narrow it down just to family, I'm
mhm.
going to spend a lot more time in the kitchen. My mom is here, you know. Zoe wants to get in there. She wants to learn this macaroni and cheese recipe.
Yeah,
So last year I had Symphony in there, and Zoe kind of left us hanging because it was late at night, I think, when we were making
you
when we
girl.
were making it. But she wants to hang out and be in there. I know you wanted to do some desserts.
Yeah,
You and I are gonna embark on. So we're gonna try something. Can I tell them the dessert that
yeah,
you and
yeah,
I?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Please do. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay, so Kedron and I, we were just in Atlanta and we were working with the Orange Company and all their leaders and
Shout
teams.
out
And
to
that was just an
Orange.
amazing time. But when we got off our plane, we were hungry immediately. And it wasn't super late. So we found a place that was maybe 5, 6 minutes away from the airport and had a great dinner. And we saw in the reviews that there was this dessert that they made. It looked like a red velvet cake and it had a cheesecake bottom, or it was half red velvet and half cheesecake, and it looked really good. Well, it tasted better than
Hmm.
it actually looked.
Oh
So we were
man,
not
yeah.
disappointed.
Excuse me.
And
Yeah,
we took it back to the hotel with us. And I think we didn't eat any more that night. We ate a little bit and took the rest home. But then the next night we had some more of it. And at one point we were just laying up in the bed with a fork with the lamps on, staring at it, like trying to understand. Okay, so I think this is cheesecake. This is a cheesecake layer. This is a buttercream frosting. This is two layers of like we were decomposing this cake because we were
yeah.
trying to decide if this was something we should
Oh
try.
my goodness. Yeah,
So y'all don't know Deacon Boston likes to cook. Deacon Boston and Kedron Boston,
yeah,
they like to bake. They like the desserts. So we're
yeah.
going to try that
We're gonna do
together.
that. Yeah, yeah. We'll
Miss
make sure.
Gracie. So we're going to
Yeah,
try. We're going to take a picture of it. And we're going to tell y'all the truth.
we're
If
gonna
it's
tell y'all
bad,
the
don't
truth.
worry. We got backup desserts, don't we, Keegan? What
We
else are you
do.
making?
Some peach cobbler. I don't know
Okay.
about y'all, but I absolutely love peach cobbler with some ice cream, with vanilla ice cream.
And
Um,
it
Shout out
it
to
be
Mama Mercer
good.
for that 19. Is it 1905,
It's that
1904, something like that?
1905 Creamy
Shout out to
Creation.
HEB.
You can only get it at HEB.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
since we've been here though, I don't think we've had that vanilla ice
No, we
cream.
haven't. We haven't.
We've been with the Bluebell, which we
Yeah,
broke up with for a little while at one
we
point.
did.
Remember it
You
had
know.
salmonella.
Yeah,
I think they're
yeah,
good now.
yeah.
Shout out to
They
Bluebell.
straight. Yeah, yeah, they straight.
Yeah, they straight. So we mess with Bluebell vanilla, and we'll have some of
Yeah,
that. We'll have
yeah,
probably another cheesecake. You silly on
yeah.
here. I told you I was ready to cut up.
We got to give Finny the. I mean, I don't put her nickname out there. Symphony, our daughter.
Mm-mm.
Got to make some brownies. We got to say, hey, Mama, tell tell Dad we're gonna have Symphony to send him some brownies. So here we go. Let me pull this up real quick too. Siri, nothing. Um, so Linda, this is what she's focusing on. She said, doing more for God and His people and my health. You know, where the focus goes, the power flows. Come on now. Come on. She said, go ahead with that magazine. That's so good though. That's good, Linda. That's
Yes,
good. That health part is so
that's
important. And
key.
that's something, yeah, that's key. That's something that we're tapping into more of too. You know, and I thank God
Mhm.
for shout out to our son Zion. You know, he tries to keep us on point. You know, he stays on me about getting to this YMCA. I got to get into this YMCA so we can get to working out and staying consistent with that. But that's so good. But I feel you. We feel you on doing more for God and His
Yeah.
people too, because it's important. We need to be there for each other. Like this is not about me moments, right? We got to consider others
Mhm.
more than ourselves. That's Bible, right?
Yes.
And so I feel y'all on that, and I know you
Yeah, we
kind of alluded
support
to,
that.
yeah, that's the work of the Lord, and so we absolutely love that. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that,
Mhm.
Miss Linda. Um,
So Carol put in her desserts.
yeah. Okay. So I had asked the question in the comments. What are some of y'all favorite desserts? And so Gracie said that she likes that classic pumpkin and pecan pie. Do y'all know who makes some good pumpkin pie? I don't really.
Yeah.
I haven't really. I don't think I've really had pumpkin pie.
You have.
Have I?
You have. Okay, so I think we were
I
at
don't know.
somebody's church
Okay.
and I fixed you a slice and you thought it was sweet potato. When you saw it, when you
Okay.
tasted it,
Yeah.
you recognized the difference right away. I don't think
Yeah.
you thought it was bad, but you could tell the difference and I don't think you were ready for like the pumpkin spice flavor
Okay.
that was
Yeah.
put in it.
Yeah. That may have been the thing. That may have been the thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So here we go, Sister Carol. What's up, Carol? Thank you for tuning in, Sister Girl.
Yeah, hey
Um,
girl.
Her go-to desserts a carrot cake. I'm a spit.
She makes a bomb carrot cake, y'all.
Get out of chair.
And
Apple
she takes
pie,
orders. She
sweet
was
potato
taking
pie.
orders at one point. Are you still
Really?
doing that, Carol?
Okay. Listen, I know Lamont had hit me up. We were talking the other day, and I know he's ready for some of that pumpkin pie. Or what? No, he did he say did he say pumpkin?
He said sweet
He
potato
did say
pie.
sweet potato. He said some sweet potato. Yeah.
Yes.
Strawberry shortcake. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Come on, mama want that ice. Oh my goodness. All right, let me see. Yeah. Okay, let me put this up here real quick. We have to look out for each other. That has been more apparent these last few years. Back in the day, we did that. Yeah, Gracie, you're right. We really
100%.
do. Like we're in this together, you know. And I think check this. Like think about this.
Uh-oh.
In our lives every day, like there are billions of people on this earth,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There's this quote I like that says like, "How many people have you
Looked at,
looked at
but
but
didn't.
never seen?" You know, so
Mhm.
when you think about every day, like when you think about every day, the people that you pass, or people that you see in a grocery store that are in your proximity, right? How much um, of an impact, like how much more of an impact we can make by just saying hello, by continuing to be
Yeah.
kind. Not saying y'all are not doing that. If you're doing that, continue to do that. But as we are talking about this,
Yeah.
like making sure that we're looking out. You like even when you think about like saying that phrase, like look out for others, where you're looking for someone to bless. And more times than not, it's a blessing for somebody to just say hello to you when they don't have to,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
We were at a restaurant, um, and Couture and myself, we were just having some lunch or dinner. I don't know what it was, but the young lady that was, serving us at the table, I always like to know our waiter or waitress's name, whoever is there. You're a part of our moment. You're a part of our time. And so
Mhm.
I like to connect in that way. But I believe Couture had asked her how she was doing, and it just threw off her whole moment. Like it threw it because she was just so in it, trying to take our order, and she was just like, yeah, I'm good, or it threw her everything off because she wasn't expecting that. And more times than not, that
Yeah.
is the case. Where people are just going about their day, and it's it's not necessarily it's just I don't want to say necessarily a bad thing, but we
Be
do
more
have
intentional.
ways to tap in. Say it again.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I know how this feed does, but I was just thinking like being more intentional. It's
Yeah,
not sinful to not speak, but it is kindness to go ahead and speak when you can.
for sure.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank
We
you, Carol. Thank you,
appreciate
Carol.
you. But
Yes.
it happens, and I kind of learned that from my husband. I always say he never meets a stranger because he'll stop and he'll speak to anybody. And I heard it said once, someone was speaking over a relative at a funeral, and he said, "We live in a society where people will bring flowers to your funeral, but
Mm,
won't bring you soup when you're sick."
yeah.
And I've shared that so many times, and I said, we don't have to be that. That may be true in some regard, but we don't have to be that.
Yeah.
And nothing that you do, no job that you work, no field, no environment that you're in where you're around people has to be a thankless job, depending on who you're around. Let's make a
Yeah.
habit of thanking people, appreciating people, noticing people, speaking. So anyway, I don't want to get all the
Yeah.
way into that.
No, this
Doesn't
is
cost
good.
anything.
That's good. No, thanks for sharing that. Yes, Gracie, that's good. I mean, when we talk about family and we talk about this stuff, like these are things that we need to impart into our children. You know what I mean? These are things that our children see us do or not do, right?
Absolutely.
Um, and so you're absolutely right, Carol. We can change the trajectory of someone's life with a smile and acknowledging their existence. That's right. I want to take a moment real quick to just kind of say hey to my guy Lonnie, man. I hadn't heard from you and
Hey,
seen you in a
Lonnie.
while, Lonnie. We hear you, man. We just pray right now that God's love just meets you where you are. I love you, Lonnie. I remember I've known Lonnie since he was, I don't know how old, man. We were kids. I know I'm, some years older than you. But we went to church together when we were younger. And Lonnie, let's talk, man. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you tuned in. But I want to tell you that I love you. If y'all could just go to Lonnie's comment, show him some love.
Yeah.
I know it only means so much, but let's just take a moment to just love on Lonnie, man. Um,
Yeah. We
I feel
see
you. I feel your heart, but I just pray that God just comforts you right now,
in the name of
gives you
Jesus.
peace in your heart. You know that God is for you. Lonnie, I remember you worshiping in church, man, and just praying and praising God, man. God is still with you. He never left you, never forsake you. He has never left you, man. And just know that if God is for you, He's more than the world against you. But let's talk a little bit more, man. But I'm praying for you, and I love you, man. I'm glad you tuned in, and thank you for sharing and being transparent. That means a lot. Um, thank you, Linda. See, Lonnie, we got you, man. God's got you, man. God's got you, bro. All right. So just hang in there. Continue to trust God, man. He'll never let you down. All right. And we're here, right?
Yeah.
We're here for you. So thank you, Linda. That means a lot. Let me bring this. So Mama says she's been focusing on fulfilling an abundant life that God has promised us by going to every doctor's appointment necessary to stay healthy, and not only for my family but for the ministry. Amen. Amen, Mama. Thank you. because we need you, and you are um, a general in the faith to me, Mama. And I just thank God for your life.
Amen.
Um, yeah. So here's the story. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. This is when y'all was smaller. Y'all used to laugh at me because I spoke to everybody and would not speak back. You know, yeah. So let me tell you a little bit about this. So for my mother, and I think I got this from my mom. I know I got it
Mm.
from my mom because I'll speak to anybody. Like my kids always ask me, Katora, I think you asked me the other day. I came back and she's like, do you know him? But my kids always ask me, Dad, do you know them? Do you know them? Do you know? And 9 times out of 10 is probably the answer to no.
It be no.
But my
It's
mom,
usually no. It's
I like talking. I
I
like
would
saying hello.
10 out of 10 times it's no. Every time we ask, because usually we know
Oh my
who you
goodness.
know. And when we're
Oh,
out at a random place,
oh
but
my
anyway,
goodness.
you're a sweetheart,
Let me
Keetran.
get some more of this love for Lonnie. No, thank you. I want to put some more love over here for Lonnie.
Yes, come
Um,
on, Lonnie. There he is.
Kenneth, thank you, bro.
Thank you, Kenneth.
Thank you, bro. Man, I love you, Kenneth. Man, I love your heart, Kenneth. He rolled with us and served with us at the Potter's House North. Before the
Yeah.
pandemic, he was riding hard with us in the Northside Kids Ministry. Just love your heart, man. Your consistency,
Yes.
your humility. I thank God for you, man, and praying for you and your family. So just keep pressing, man. I'm proud of you, and I love you, bro, for real.
Yes.
Um,
And when we come back, you're always welcome back, Kenneth. You know that.
for
You
sure.
and your entire
You and your
family.
family, man. Yeah, we love y'all. But yeah, so my mama used to, say hello to people, and if they wouldn't talk, like respond, she would respond for them. I think it's hilarious now, but yeah, she would just say, "Hi, hey, how you doing?" And if they wouldn't speak, she'd be like, "Well, I'm doing fine, thank you." Oh my goodness. But yeah, I love my mama. Love my mama. She is
Yeah.
one of the kindest people I know, and I think I get that from her. Real quick, let me take a moment, and this is something I want y'all to share this with your kids. I want you to share this with your family. I didn't put any banners up, for this part, but I just thought about it and I want to share this. So I want to tell y'all, I want to teach y'all real quick if you didn't know, the difference between being nice, like and being kind. All right, we need both. All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
for this season, or even just for the rest of your life or whatnot, nice is a reactive type of thing, right? So if someone does something for you, the nice thing to do is to say what? Thank you, right? Um, if someone opens the door for you, and you show some appreciation and gratitude, that's the nice part of it. Kindness is more proactive. When you see a need, when you see somebody that needs something and you do that for them, like kindness is actually opening the door before somebody gets to it, right? And the niceness comes from someone saying thank you for opening the door. So we need both, right? Kindness is
Yeah.
proactive. You see the need, meet the need, and being nice is a response, to someone's kindness.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that right there kind of changed my perspective, because being in children's ministry, having children asking those things, or even just trying to think through things of how to make things
Makes
kind of
sense.
make sense for kids,
Yeah.
right? Because we talk about being nice and you got to show kindness, and is that the same thing? We need them both, and they're a little different, but they're both needed to make a difference.
That's
Um,
very
and
true.
so I don't know. I just want to take a moment to say this. Hey, Sandra. Yeah,
Hi,
we love
Sandra.
you. We love you. We feel your
Sending you hugs back.
yeah, yeah. Sandra was of the best, is one of the best servant leaders. She serves in children's ministry and has been making a difference in children's lives for years. Your
Yeah.
love, your care, your intentionality, your consistency.
Over a decade now.
Man, we thank God for you and pray that God continues to bless you and your family. Please tell John we said hello.
Yeah.
Um, Yes, that's good. Thank you, Mama. Thank you. Amen.
Thank you, Mama.
Amen. Love you. Um,
My mom.
hey Kay, how you doing? How you doing? Bless you. We appreciate you, man. Thank y'all for the
Oh,
love.
that's
That's what's
sweet.
up. That's what's up. All right, so let me keep something going. I want to make sure that I get to a couple of things um as we get through this. We're not gonna keep y'all, but we just so glad to be back, and we missed you guys, and we just kind of wanted to just kind of hang out a little bit.
Yeah.
But I want to ask y'all this. What is one thing in your life right now that you would not change? I want y'all to think about that.
Mm.
And I don't care how long it takes. If you rewatch this, if you are seeing the rebroadcast, I want y'all to think about this. I want y'all to kind of tap in and just think about it. It'll be great. I want y'all to share it in the comments, but I want to put this out because I want y'all to think about this. What is one thing about your life right now that you would not change? So yeah, Katora, you wanna speak to that?
Yeah. And we got someone in the comments,
Okay,
Kay. So
gotcha.
I love that. I'm actually with Kay. I was thinking of my
Mm,
past.
wow,
I would not change.
wow.
I wouldn't change that about my life. Uh, and not because it was extra perfect or extra bad. I
Hmm.
just am a believer that they have contributed. I will say God has used all of those things for his glory, and they have contributed to the person I
Yeah.
am now. So if I think like specifically in my life, well, boo, you already know I wouldn't change you. I love being married to you.
Yeah,
I
same.
wouldn't change our kids. We have the best kids. There are just things about our family, even our extended family, that I just wouldn't change.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change any of that. And I just happen to be fortunate that we have a small circle of people who really love us a whole lot, and
yeah,
it just makes life easier. Love makes life easier. So I don't feel the need to change anything.
for
And
sure.
I'm happy with that.
That's good. That's good. Amen. I'm with you on that.
These are good. I
Yeah,
like
these
these
are
that are
good.
popping
Yeah,
up.
yeah. My walk with God. Amen. I wouldn't change that
Come
either.
on.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
the truth. So we
Come
need
on.
that. Come on now. My belief that Jesus. That's right. We need
That's
that.
right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all keep those coming. What is one thing about your life that you would not change?
And
Hmm.
what about you? I mean, you don't have to say me, but I mean, if you want to.
Yeah. I mean, I surely wouldn't change you. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. But in addition to that, I I guess it's kind of like on the line of in the lines of like just not necessarily struggles, but like growth.
Yeah.
And sometimes growth is a struggle. Right? You know
Most
what
times,
I'm saying?
right?
You know what I'm saying? And so
There's a lot
always,
of this.
yeah, it's a lot of pulling, a lot of stretching.
Yeah.
Um, um, and so just trying to put I guess yeah, just the growth right now because sometimes it's tough because there's a great responsibility with that. Like the more you grow, the more it's almost like to whom much. I mean, like I'm going to say to whom much is given, much is
Much is
required,
needed. Yeah,
right?
that's true.
And as God is continuing to increase us and grow us in more ways than one, I feel a lot of tugging in my life from places that are not always public, but from people that I'm connected to, and just it's
That's
just
good.
different. It's just different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and so I know, like Mama said, you know, as far as like I walk with God, or like Sandra, uh,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
it wasn't for you know my relationship and Him, and because I attribute it all to God, like everything that He's doing right now in my life personally and in our life. Uh,
Yeah.
we couldn't do it without. I wouldn't want to do it without him. The grace
Agreed.
and just his mercy and just his favor, the people that he's placed in our lives, from our leadership, our bishop,
Mhm.
pastor, and all of the executive pastors and our friends and in the ministry, and just
Absolutely.
our family. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to get too off track. Just bringing some things back. And I just ask that, and I want y'all to continue to think about that. All right.
Mhm.
I want y'all
Mhm.
to think about that. Uh, just continue to think about that question. That's good, Linda. These things make us stronger. And as we get through things, right,
Right.
it's a testimony, but then we can also share these things with people um, to help them get through. Amen. Um, the
Yeah.
outcome of growth yields great responsibility to continue to keep moving. That's right. That's good. That's
Yeah.
true. That's so true. Um, yeah, I want y'all to think about this because I didn't want to ask y'all like, what are you grateful for? You know what I mean? Like that's easy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's easy.
But this is truly about gratefulness. You know what I mean? This is truly about gratefulness and just to take a moment. Tomorrow's not promised. Yesterday's not even ever. We're never going to see yesterday again, right? Tomorrow's
Right.
not promised. Yesterday's gone.
Right.
Um, J Dub says the path that took me to this point in my life. That's right. Just real, man. It made you who you are today. And I thank God for your life. I was just talking to Couture. This is my brother in love, man. Jermaine, J Dub Bell, married my sister Carice.
Yeah.
Um, and it's funny because I used to call her Shelly Bell all her life.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I used to literally call her Shelly Bell. Now she really is Shelly Bell. But I was just talking to Katora about
Prophetic.
you. Yeah, hey. I was just talking to Katora about you the other day, man, and just
Hmm. Sure was.
I have two daughters. You know this, Jay. But we have two daughters ourselves, and one's 19 and one's 10. And as a father, just trying to make sure that our daughters know what
Mhm.
to expect when it comes to men, when it comes to boys, and not just to expect, but to not to know, not just to know what to expect, but I'm here to set a standard, and raising and training my sons to do the same thing. But we were talking about you the other day, man, and just how there were some key things in your life that I knew that it was going to be okay, for you to date my sister. And
Mm.
I didn't have to address any of this stuff. So I mean, I met
Right.
Jermaine on the court. We need to talk about this. We'll have another episode. We come on and chop it up.
Yeah, we should.
But one of the things I knew is um, that I can tell that he loved God. I can tell that he loved his family, and he would work. You know what I'm saying? The guy would work. He has always worked and put his family first, and just seeing those things. It's important to work, man. Okay, you got to
Mhm.
have something to do. You need to be doing something if you want to help me. Because if you ain't got nothing for the woman to help you with,
That part.
be asking these women what you got, what you bringing to the table, and you don't even have a table. But that's a whole nother thing. We'll talk about that
That's
another time.
another episode. Hey, let
Yeah.
let us know in the comments if y'all ready for that conversation. If y'all are ready for that
Oh my
conversation,
goodness.
because
Listen.
some of you on here, you have kids, or you out here. Let's listen. That's
Listen.
another conversation,
That's
but it's
another
a good one.
conversation.
It's a good conversation.
For sure. For
Have
sure.
a table. Yes.
Yeah. You got to have a table. Yeah, for sure. What's up, Jarrell?
Jarrell has daughters, so I know he
Bruh.
felt you 100% on that.
Yeah.
Don't be
Yeah.
worried about what my daughters can bring to a table that you don't have. If you want
Yeah.
them to build the table by themselves, we
But
got a problem.
seriously, my God. Yeah, we got Jarrell, man. Yeah, we may have to bring y'all on there, man. We're fathers, so we may have to talk about it. Well, anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Uh, but yes, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Jermaine. Thank y'all for tuning in, man.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. But I'm grateful for y'all lives. It's good to have men like that are loving their wives, loving their children.
Mhm.
We're talking about family. We're talking about family right now. Um, Men that love their wives, love their children,
Yeah.
are intentional about um, what they say and what they pour into their families. That's key. Like, we can't just be haphazardly around here doing just living life when you have other lives depending on you.
That's right.
But I wanted to take a moment too, Couture, because earlier I was just looking at you, and I was just
Um,
thanking God for you. You know what I
oh,
mean? And I just wanted to tell you, how proud of you I am. Um, we've come a long ways. Yesterday,
yeah.
November 17th, we've been together for uh 20 21
21.
years. Yeah, 21 years. And since high school, and
Yeah,
ups and downs, through all kinds of things. But God has us here today,
that's right.
together. We've been raising a family. Next year, we've been married 15 years next year, next July.
Hmm.
Um, but I just thank God for you, for your heart. You've. Definitely been saved longer than me.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
No, but
that.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank
Y'all,
you.
she's doing so many great things. I mean, the stuff that she's doing at the church, as the children's director here at the Potter's House North, over the last few years, just her heart for all the servant leaders and all the children and families. This pandemic, hit tough. You know what I'm saying? We haven't had children services in over, about 20 months now, but we still been connecting with them. We never stop connecting with
Right.
our children and the families,
That's right.
um, because that's important. But I just want to tell you that I'm proud of you, that I thank God for your life, for your intentionality, for, your labor of love,
Mhm.
the work that you do for the ministry, but, for the house, here, right here where we are. You take care of us, you pray for us, you fight for us. And you know, it's just, it's just unbelievable to me that God graced me to have such a woman like you. You're one of the strongest women I know, uh,
Thanks.
and I just thank God for your life. I'm so proud of you and everything that you're doing. So I just want to take a moment to just honor you and just tell you to keep up the great work. Um,
Thank you.
I know you're still growing,
Mhm.
but listen, you ain't seen nothing yet. The world ain't seen nothing yet, but you just bless so many people, and it's an honor to see that. Like, it's a blessing to see how people are blessed by what you have to say and what God has given you. Because we're gonna have to come over here and let you share your whole testimony of where God has brought you. Because I've known her since she was at what, 16, maybe something like that.
Mhm.
Uh, and just to see where God has brought her from, I mean, oh my God, like, God has been so faithful. Um, and just to see your growth and everything that you are flowing and coming out, I don't know, boo. You know how I feel about you, but I just want to take a moment to tell you that I love you, and I'm proud of you. All right.
Oh, thank you. That
uh,
was sweet. Thank
yeah,
you.
for
I
sure.
was just thinking about you before you said all that, which I appreciate. If nobody else in the world sees me, I know that you always do. So that's never a void that I have because of you. So I appreciate that. You and them kids helped raise me too. So basically, you did a good job. I'm
Listen.
proud of you. You're welcome. No.
Oh my goodness.
But I was thinking, sometimes when we come on, guys, and thank you all for joining, because y'all
Thank
y'all
y'all
could
so
be doing
much. Yeah.
anything else.
Right.
We don't just take it as support. We just take it as like, hey, y'all are just coming to hang out with us. It doesn't matter to us how long you stay. You come through. You come whenever you want. Like when we're
Right.
here, you're here. We family.
Yeah.
Um, but I was, and I think you and I actually had this conversation in the car a couple of weeks ago, but I just thought about it again the other day, how, when we come on, we never, I think any audience, any place God has entrusted us with the ears of his people, it's always been our mentality. And it's important that we explicitly say this, that we're never wanting to present ourselves as the experts or perfect in any of these areas. We talk about
Yeah.
topics that mean something to us. We
Yeah.
hope that they connect with you too. in some way and that you feel engaged. But we're not perfect. We're practicing,
Right.
and then this season, just like all of you, the things that have been great,
Yeah.
but the things that have been hard have been really hard
Yeah.
too.
Man,
You
speak to
know,
that. Yeah.
not just navigating ministry, but navigating life, your own emotions, how you feel, how you process our own personal health, and making sure that we're okay and taking care of what we need, taking care of each other, our marriage being very intentional, our children, like y'all, some of y'all don't know this and some of y'all do, but we have a 22-year-old son that's in
My
college.
goodness. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
been in college, but he transferred from the community college. He's attending UNT now. He's in an apartment off campus. He's maybe
Like,
30 minutes away from us. Oh, but it's so different. He's not in the house with us at night. We have the 19-year-old daughter, Symphony. So Aaron and Symphony are both in college. Symphony's still at home, but she's transitioning. Like, she's a young woman. And, the nature and the scope of our relationships with these adult kids have evolved, but like in one of the best ways. I don't know what I thought was going to happen, to be honest, but you just don't know what to expect. And so
yeah.
watching that evolve and change has been really fun, seeing the dynamic between how we engage and interact with Aaron and Symphony during this season, has been so unique. Like, I
Yeah.
called Aaron last night and I was like, "Hey, are you coming home?" Or, because you don't know if he has plans with his friends. They do
Never know.
friendsgiving and different things. I'm like, I don't know
That's
if he's
true.
going to somebody's friendsgiving. And he was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come home. If I can, I'm gonna spend the night and hang out with y'all. Can I bring my girlfriend?" I'm like, "Of course you can bring your girlfriend." So, it's just a different kind of conversation.
Different.
Last year, we would have never been asking him around the holidays, "Are you coming home? Or do you have plans?" Or,
Right.
certain things on the weekends, like, "Hey, do you want to come hang out with us? We're buying movie tickets." Or, "Do you have to work and can't get off?" So
Right.
we're coaching in these relationships. We're not actually holding the same roles, but then at the same time, our parent brain is like one brain, and we still have a 13-year-old son, Zion, and a 10-year-old daughter, Zoe, and they're both in those different phases of life. Both, y'all know the changes that young people go through, so they're navigating that. We're trying to teach them how to navigate that.
Yeah.
We're reminding each other how to
Yeah.
parent, through
Yeah,
that.
for
We're
sure. Man.
talking to the
It's
little kids about how to engage with the big siblings, teaching
yeah.
the big siblings how to engage with the young siblings. If they're annoying, it's because they're in this phase. So
Yeah.
there's
It's
so many
different,
yeah,
but it's good.
it
You know what I mean?
is.
Like, it's good. It's good. And we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that too right here while we're in that. I'm glad you brought this back. But you're right. You're right, Kay. We are the facilitator. Well, hey, good stuff, Zai. Let him keep that up,
Wait,
man. I know you're
Kizzy.
proud of him.
Kay Deshay is Kizzy. Hi,
That's
Kizzy.
crazy. That's crazy. Like, he's a sophomore in college and he's on. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. Casey, we're proud of you. We're proud of you. Yeah, it's crazy how time flies,
I
right?
know. And
Yeah.
Kizzy is such a good mom. Like, she loves her boys and they love
I
their
know,
mama.
Jay.
Like, these are some good young men. Like,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
these
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
good young men.
For
Anyway, I
sure.
love you, sis.
Yeah, we love you. We love you. But
But
yeah,
Jerome,
Jarrell, bro, it's a different phase,
yeah,
and there's a different kind of grace. And your
he's
father could speak to this. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
love your father, man.
he's so
Uh,
wise and
he
sweet. Your
really is,
mom
man.
too.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Your parents are outstanding.
Yes.
But it's different, because when Aaron transitioned, Zion is 13, and so he needs, as a young man, he needs something different from me. But even as Aaron at his age, he needs something different from me too. I'm a different kind of dad to Aaron right now, and I need to be that uh, uh, I need that type of energy, right? Because I can't give him and Zion the same type of energy,
No,
because they're in two different phases in their lives. And for me to have to do that as a man and as a parent, it's almost like it's tough. And that's not the way it should be. You know what I mean? And so there needs to be that transition. And, because I need to be a different type of dad to Aaron, because he doesn't need me to train him anymore. That's the training days, the training wheels are off. They've been off, you
Off.
know. As Kay was saying, like we're the facilitator. I'm like a counselor now. We're like the counselors, you know. But it's a
Mhm.
beautiful thing because still having those conversations as a young man, um, and just life, like it's just different, and it's good, you know.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, that's where that's at, and
Mhm.
just trying to be consistent and still trying to make sure I don't forget that he needs me sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? And
But
to
he
check
needs
on.
me less.
Say it again.
I was gonna say it seems like Aaron needs me a little bit less in
Mm,
this phase.
mm,
Like he needs me when he's like, I want to make sure I call you, let you know what I'm reading, let you know who I'm listening to. Because he
yeah.
doesn't attend our church anymore just because just the drive for, it's that. But
Mm,
he's online watching and he'll talk about what lessons he's getting
right.
into. He'll let me know how I can pray for him. Like there's a different thing that he needs, and it's crazy because he was probably in that phase before he moved out. It was just like that smooth kind of transition where we didn't know what we were feeling, but we were like, let's just
Yeah.
do the best we can. But I noticed like he'll talk to dad, and like dad's having totally different conversations. So it's not like we compare our conversations, but we can tell that they're different. And I
Yeah.
would almost never know that he's talking to his dad about different things until different topics come up. And he's like, oh, yeah, I talked to dad about that. And I'm like, Aaron talked to you about this? I didn't hear anything about it. And I still don't know about it. But I also know that, excuse me, I also know that if he talked to his dad, then everything is okay. And, when you were talking about the different energies, like that the different energy that you spend toward Aaron and those conversations and Zion, I think about even parents that have, maybe they are raising two boys, like one is 12 and one is
Mm,
14 and one is 13 and one is 14.
right. Yeah.
I think about that. And so when you said grace, I think that's one of the most important things that we can leave any of the parents on here with. There's a different grace for it, but you do have to lean into it
For sure.
versus
Yeah.
pushing back on the kid.
Yeah.
Pushing back against the kid is usually not the best way to stabilize or maintain a stable relationship. And so
Yeah.
that pushback happens when everybody's trying to figure out what their new role is.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, you do have to have intentional conversations, and we've had them, like, technically, even though Aaron was still at home, we're like, we have to understand, like, he's 19, he's in college, he's 20, he's in college, he's
Yeah.
21, he's in
Yeah.
college, and at
Yeah.
22 transitioning out. So there was like a journey
For
to him
sure.
letting us raise him. And so now I sleep
Yeah.
at night knowing that we've done our part and God's still doing a work in him.
That's so good. And then not letting the world define how we raise our kids and how we transition our kids and what they should be getting. Like God has uh given them to us, you know, and if you're praying and seeking God for insight and God is leading you to people that could help you or whatever the case, you know, God's got you, you know, but
Yep.
the world will tell you that they need to get out at this time or this, you know, but when you know your children, you know,
Right.
and we always want to make sure that our kids that we set them off right, you know.
That's right.
We want to set them up for success. You know, we talk to our children about investing. We talk to them about, first of all, we got the foundational things as far as church and God's word and God's principles and values. But then also trying to really help them understand, the value of a dollar, because we've come from a place where, trying to uh, as we've gotten educated and got jobs and learned how to manage money and still learning,
Of
um,
course. Yeah.
trying to give our children a leg up and a heads up on how to look at things. And so um, you don't have to set your standards based on what the world says or what somebody else's house is doing.
No.
Um, every kid is different. Every person is different. Y'all know that. I'm not telling you something you may not have heard, but
But be
um,
confident in that. If you are
yeah,
feeling that at anywhere, you're wondering, like, how do we have these conversations? How do we go into it? Basically, our advice to you is trust trust the parents that God created you to be. There's a grace that's unique for you and those children. There's anointing specific for
mhm,
you and
yeah,
those children. And if God is for you, he's more than not just the world against you, but the
Right.
world who's given their influence and their doctrine and their ideas.
Yeah.
God will give you divine insight and strategy
That's
for what it
good.
looks like for your kids at every phase. And if it looks different, that's okay, because as your kids grow, you're changing too. I
Yeah.
say all the time, like our kids help raise us because they teach very good.
Right on
Yes,
time.
yes,
Yeah.
they,
So
my sons
true.
are teaching me and stretching my thinking all the time. And it takes a very confident and secure
Yeah.
and humble and gracious parent to, like I said before, you have to lean into it. Fighting against these changes are just no good. But
Yeah.
Keegan, don't forget Miss Linda's comment up there. We got to address that
Okay.
before
Yeah. Yeah. We surely will.
we
Yeah.
see you, Miss Linda.
She asked us, where did we get these shirts? Miss Linda, I'll put them in the comments. We these this is that chocolate
Oh my
these are,
God.
we're just testing out some different colors, you know. But yeah, I mean, if you like this, you know, I got you. You know, I have to put the link in the comments so y'all can see that. But yeah, we do have an online store, not about me store, where you can actually get these hoodies and t-shirts.
Yeah.
We're putting up some new colors and things like that. But we're just kind of testing some out now. But
Yes.
yeah,
Do y'all like these?
yeah, y'all like these. Y'all like
About
these?
the chocolate.
Yeah, we got the
Look close,
chocolate.
can you see that?
And what color is yours? Is it like a teal or
It's not quite teal,
yeah.
but it's like it's not a teal, it's not a sky blue. Hopefully this color is coming through okay.
Yeah.
But it's like I call this one of the cool colors. Like Kedron is rocking like the warm color,
Yeah.
which is very appropriate for the season and his background. You look great.
Thank
But
you.
mine is more of the cool color. But the colors that you find standard on the website, on the store, are the red, the black, and the white. You can
Yeah.
get,
Can I put the white up?
I
I
don't
have white.
know.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
haven't, you probably need to, because we've been asked
Yeah.
about the white ones too.
For
But
sure.
let us know, because again, we don't want to create a demand that's not there. We don't want to supply for a demand that's not there. But if you guys
Right.
like these, even if one of you says you like it, it wouldn't be a big deal to put it up there. But we just kind of wanted to feel it. We didn't want to be like, yeah, we just gonna give them this chocolate and this blue.
Right. Yeah.
Not
This is
gonna wear
my
this chocolate, wear this blue.
harvest season colors.
Yes,
No,
yes.
but thank
And
y'all.
winter collection. And it's hoodie season.
It is
Not
hoodie
a they,
season.
they all
Let me
say
see how
not
they
about me. I'm sorry, I get excited. They all say not about me. And we
not
kind of I like it, do it.
Yeah,
But it's just a part of our selfless messaging line.
that's
And
right.
so we try to make messaging that means something and not
Yeah.
about me. It's the title of one of Keaton's first albums that he made when he first started doing Christian
Sure.
music. It was his first CD, and so that's what we took the inspiration from. And his humility, I've not seen that change throughout the life of our relationship. And it's one of those things that have remained true and constant. And I was like, we could all use a reminder that it's not about us. And
Mhm.
so it's about us in some ways, but it just, the selfless messaging is kind of a reminder. And hopefully it starts a conversation that if someone were to ask you, well, if it's not about you, then who is it about? And we can tell them it's about God.
It's about God. That's right.
It's about
Yeah.
God. So
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna put the link in the thing. So thank y'all so much.
yeah.
Dr. You did a great job about sharing that.
Yeah.
Want to help people be just mindful to be considered and consider others, um, especially
I see.
in this day and time. We definitely need to continue to think about others, and it's scripture. It's scripture. Um,
That's right.
yeah, let me pull this up. That's Philippians 2, 3, and 4. Don't do anything only to get ahead. Don't do it because you are proud. Instead, be humble. Value others more than yourselves.
That's
You need
right.
to look out just for your own good. Each of you should also look out for the good of others. And so that is the scriptural base for not only just this apparel and what we do, but also in what we are here for, even
Right.
tonight, because we love you all. And then even just capturing these moments for our children to look back in the future and just kind of hear some of the conversations that we um, have had and are having. And we're looking forward to bringing more people on. We got some educators that we're bringing on. We got some financial advisors, uh,
Yep.
pastors. We got
Yes.
entrepreneurs. It's
Yep.
just not just about music or uh, one particular thing. We have so many types of relationships, and we just want to expose and connect, people to just good stuff. We're gonna keep it real. We're
Yeah.
gonna keep it raw, and we're gonna be transparent. And so we love y'all. We just thank y'all for tuning in.
Yeah.
Um, we'll be having another one up right after Thanksgiving. So
Yep.
y'all enjoy the holidays. And I got one final thing, but I want you to share something, Couture, if you have something before we. No rush, no rush.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, I want to give you a moment if you had something you want to share before I share this last piece that I want to as we kind of close out.
No, I'm good with the people. I think I'm very grateful for all of you who got on tonight. I appreciate your comments. We appreciate your comments and you just kind of engaging with us. This is why we do it. We get on just, to be able to hang out with you and hopefully add some value to your life. You all have added value to us through your contributions, through just getting on and just a show of support like that. That's what
Yeah,
love looks like.
means a lot.
So we do wish you a very blessed, happy, fruitful, joyous, love filled holiday.
Come on now.
Um, and if this blessed you, we ask that you tell somebody that it blessed you. Talk to us in the
Yeah,
comments. Let us know. Of course, you can like this, you can share it, you cannot share it, and that's fine too.
yeah,
We just look forward to seeing you guys when you do come on. So
yeah,
just know there are no gimmicks here. This is us. And those of you who are on here, you all actually know us. So you know that this is the real us all the time.
yeah.
So, like I said, if this blessed you, let somebody know, let us know that it blessed you. And if there are topics that you do want to hear us talk about, maybe you trust us on some of these topics and you're comfortable with who we might bring on. Maybe you, somebody who wants to get on and have a back and forth conversation with us, a healthy dialogue and exchange. We're open
Yeah.
to that as well. So, just like we said, let us know, talk to us. If not, we're going to keep doing our thing because this is what we do.
That's
We're
right,
gonna
man.
keep
That's right.
bringing it, keep
Yeah.
having a good time, and
That's
you're
right.
welcome to join us.
For sure. We love you too, Kay. Thank you. Yeah. Um, Mama like a green hoodie and dad got a gray one. Yeah. I'm glad, Mama. Thank you. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
We may put
Um,
those colors up too.
yeah, for sure. No, that's good, Couture. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, if y'all on Facebook, if y'all can just do us a solid too and head over to YouTube and just subscribe. That would be great.
Oh yeah,
Share
that's
that.
free.
Yeah, it's free. And that would be great. We'd appreciate that.
Yes.
Just trying to
It
keep it
definitely
fun
helps us out. It,
for sure.
with all the content that's out there, it helps, Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. If you're on Twitter, it definitely helps
Yeah,
those social media platforms know that you value this kind of content because we know what kind of content is out there. They get a
listen,
lot of plays. We're not trying to go viral, but we're just saying it lets them know that people actually do still care about these kinds of topics. That's
for
all it
sure.
is.
For
So,
sure. Well
mhm.
said. Well said. Okay, so what I want to share before we go, I want to just get this out there just to share this with y'all. Um, when it comes to time, um, we can never make, we're never going to be able to make more minutes, right?
Yeah.
All the time we've already lived up into this moment. When you're watching this, you're tuning in. All these minutes, those minutes that have passed, we'll never get them back. We can't make any more minutes. Um,
Yeah.
and so, but what we can do is we can make more moments. And so, um, from this day forward, I just want to remind you, we just want to remind y'all to focus on being present. All right. And focus on creating good moments for your life. Um, that's so important.
Yeah.
All right. I like to say it like this, that we measure time in two ways: chronos, which is minutes, right?
Mhm.
It's like the watch,
Mhm.
chronos, and kairos, which are moments.
Mm.
And so as we are in time, minute wise, don't miss the moment. Shout out to Pastor Cheryl. Love you. Well, focus on being present and creating good moments with your family, with your friends.
Yeah.
If you're serving in a church, at your job, like do it as unto God. No matter what you're doing, be present. You know, because sometimes we do things so repetitiously and just kind of to get through it. But you really have an opportunity to make a difference.
Yeah.
Um, not seasons don't last forever, you know, and it'll be great to be able to look back at a season and say, you know what, I got the best out of that season. That season didn't get the best out of me.
Ooh.
And so just wanted to share that. We love y'all so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Elder Lockhart. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for your heart and your love, man. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. Not About Me Moments. Keep us lifted in prayer. We're praying for you and your family. And y'all check on your people. Check on your family.
Yeah.
Check on your family.
Yeah.
There's some family I need to check on. There's some family I need to check on. And there's some family you need to check on, you know.
Facts.
And when you have those conversations, even if they're long-winded, focus on being present, okay? And create some new moments, whether you put a Zoom call together or whatever. But we love y'all.
Yep.
And we appreciate God for y'all's life. All right. Thank you, J-Dub. You're right. We love you, man. Y'all have a good evening. Y'all eat good. Say y'all grace. Okay.
Say your grace.
Listen, say your grace. If we come over anybody's house, just know if you cooking, we saying our grace in the car.
That part.
Anyway, we love y'all. Thank y'all once again, and we'll see y'all on the next time.
Bye, guys. See you, Keedron.